Hi guys, we got a security alert. Somebody go check on that. Now, I do set these for 5 minutes after 10, just because sometimes I'm a little late. So they do start at 10 technically, so I'm not too early. A little bit early, but anyhow, let's get into it. All right. Hey, Trekyards. What a load of dark shit this was. Yeah, this episode actually I didn't enjoy that much, honestly. There was some good stuff to it for sure. But overall, we're on fucking episode 8. There's 2 episodes left. I really expected this one to ramp things up. Instead, no, it's just like it's like the Excelsior in Star Trek 3. Picard maximum velocity in 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah. Hello, Colin. Hello, everyone. All right. Yeah, it's kind of stalled out for me on multiple levels, and yeah, I'm sick and tired of it already. And it's sad to say, because I've been holding out hope that it's going to get good. Could that be Duquesne? I mean, I'm still not 100% convinced it's not Duquesne, just because of Guinan saying, humans get trapped in the past, and trapped in the past was mentioned a few times. Trapped in the past, yes, in memory. Could be that the Vulcan mind melded with Duquesne to erase his memory of him being a time agent, and this happened. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws at this point. But why cast such a great actor? He's great in the role, by the way. Love him as an agent. But and not make him Duquesne. That's just silly. All right, let's see. And I will be drinking with every super chat. I do have Kraken Spice Rum with some ginger ale. So every super chat, I will have a drink. Tonight, it's Kraken Spiced Rum and ginger ale. There we go. Pin that message. All right, let's see what we got going on. Ozzy Maderos, $2. So thank you so much, Ozzy. List time on Trekyards. Poor Q. Thank you, Ozzy. I didn't have a drink for that, apparently. So cheers. That's some good shit. Fleet Pal says, I liked it, but here we are. Still puttering along at maneuvering thrusters when we could be going at warp speed. Hell yes. Totally agree with all of that. Andrew Parent, $5. Honestly, probably my least favorite episode. So much build up, and they failed to deliver on quite a lot of it. But with 2 episodes left, I'm not hopeful. Right there with you, Andrew. This better not be like a massive cliffhanger into season 3, because I'll be pissed. But, yeah. My melds were not a thing then. False. They were. Not everyone did them, and it was very much the asshole. There's a whole thing in Enterprise talking about how it used to be a thing that they did, but then it wasn't allowed by a certain group, and blah, 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 blah. So, fuck that. I totally think it was something they did. That's kind of a tired argument for me for that one. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon. So, yeah. Well, obviously, Ebert Thorn. What? Free Enterprise Season 4. I know, Trekker Not. I got you. Hunter PDX $5. I have to bug out, but I predict we will not make it back to the 25th century by the end of the season. I totally disagree with you. We will be back by the end of the season. We have to be, because if not, I don't know what to say. Keeping me at podcast made me. Theory, Picard becomes bored again to save Girardi and help time jump back to the future. No, I think I think Corey's a good choice now to become Borg, or Seven's going to take it from Girardi, because she's already been a Borg. She's going to remove that from Girardi, I think. So, Grant McGregor, I believe he wasn't originally chosen for the part, and it was someone in the late 70s who encountered the Vulcans in the Enterprise episode. It's a retcon for sure. Mario, I love this episode. The Corey stuff was pretty weak, but the rest was great. Q was back. Guinan did some listening. Seven had lines on purpose. One of the best of the season, I'd say. You got me some good points. I did love Seven's participation. Guinan was good in her role as Guinan. She did feel like Guinan. And so, yeah, Q being back was kind of pathetic, honestly. It's interesting that was excited to die, something new, because, never aging is quite tedious. But honestly, no Picard and Q. Come on, that's some bullshit right there. Dr. Ronslin, $5. At least they mentioned Rios' communicator. Yes, they did. Cheers to that. Oh, really did a number on my arm somehow. It's really sore. Can hardly lift the glass, for Christ's sakes. Lazarus 2, 7 hours before Amazon UK has it up, so I'll see you guys. Enjoy your night. Live long and prosper. Enjoy. Why didn't Raffi shoot the Queen? Liz Jericho, was anyone else reminded of the game Star Trek Borg where Corey put on the AR set and saw Q? I wasn't reminded of that, but then again, I never played that game. I did watch the movie of it on YouTube quite a long time ago, so no, I don't remember that specifically, but Liz Jericho, 5 days until I'm on my final Trekyards badge. Exciting stuff. That's awesome, Liz Jericho. You've been with us a while. We appreciate that. Thank you. Turd Ferguson, Trekyards, calling it. Renee finds a life form, marks its sample Q. It bonds with Picard, it dies with the last Picard. Interesting. Mark Felipe. I never know if I say your last name correctly, Mark. Mark throws in $5. Hashtag justice for Duquesne. I'll drink to that. Ow. Fuck. Gotta go put on my tensor thing. This arm occasionally gets bad. I get like tennis elbow. But for some reason, it's really bad. It's been bad for like 2 days. I was hoping it would go away, but it has not yet. Shannon Murphy. Hello, Shannon. Christian, there had to have been a rewrite after the Duquesne actor was cast. 2-hour finale episode at this pace. Also, what's up with the Disco Prize armor and elite soldiers were wearing? Yes, don't get me started on the armor. JB, the way the story with Wells unfolded, it felt so Kurtzman-esque and Discovery-esque. Well, I got canned, so I guess I'm going to move on with my life. Thanks for the curing words and good luck. Pretty much. Shannon Murphy, hashtag justice for Echab, yes. Hunter PDX, I hope you're right, Captain, and I fear you may not be. That's fine, you can fear that I may not be, but I have faith of the heart. Louis Julius, believe me, you have no idea how much I'm trying to vaporize you right now. Yeah. Rick Cassell III, I wish these episodes had more ratifying endings. Yes, I could totally agree. Feed Me Seymour just had dental surgery, had roots taken out, mouth still numb. That sucks. So you have my sympathies, my friend. Squadra Course, I quite like Guinan in this one. So did I. Guinan did a good job. So, Gary Davis Jr., $10 super chat. Thank you so much, sir. This episode left me meh. I want the last couple episodes to be more. Yes. We were hoping for a ramp up this one. That's why we were so disappointed in this one. So a little bit of a ramp up right at the end, but vaporizing isn't so bad. There are worse ways to go in fiction. James Roberts, the first Q Queen saying, "Look up," had me thinking she could be Renee Picard. Could Renee Picard be the new queen since Picard said that line to her? Who else has heard the line to repeat it back to Picard? Good question, and that's a very good point. It's not going to be Renee, though. I don't know why. That would definitely change the timeline, his timeline, immensely if she got assimilated. So I don't, it's not Renee. I'm pretty much calling that right now. But, it could be. They could do a twist. So what a twist. Mark Lawrence needs someone to do a 3-hour or less super cut of this season, once it's over. Yeah, it's suffering the same fate as Discovery Season 4. Like, interesting idea. Dragged razor thin. like just fucking do something else. Like, add something. Make it interesting. Stop with these razor thin plot or episodes. Grant McGregor, the biggest problem is how the writing staff is set up to collaborate and validation. It's like one good writer with bad writers, and those bad writers could be better if better direction. Fleet Paw Swiftback says, next 2 episodes better be 2 hours. 2-hour affairs, otherwise I think it will feel rushed. Keeping Me Up podcast, at least they gave Raffi some motivation, though. I feel like a flashback would have worked better in the overall narrative as an actual scene in episode 1. Yes, and I'm glad they addressed the fact that she's basically a bitch, and she, it's pack your bags, we're going on a guilt trip, it's Raffi time, everybody. Yeah, I'm glad that was called out. Alyssa Jericho, I have so little interest in Raffi. When Girardi was choking her, I was shouting, "Do it!" It's pretty much. And Feed Me Seymour is feeling that comfy level of numbness. That's good. It's good. It's when, for me, I don't mind getting numbed so much. Like the needle, sure, sometimes that hurts. But the numbness is fine. Then you talk like and you can't eat. But it's when it starts to fade and it gets all tingly. It gets really weird, and like you can sort of feel it, but you can't. It's like that weird tingly. It's like, oh my god, I just want it to stop. Trekyard, when the queen walked off, they just let her. She had them back, and they could have pursued and shot her. What the fuck? And the battery's dry instead of going straight to Soong. Yeah, Trekyard, the biggest problem I had with the Borg, with Girardi in this one, where did she get the shit kicker boots? She had shit kicker boots on with that red ball gown. And I hate to tell you, but she had red high heels on earlier. Somebody suggested maybe she took the boots off the guy she killed. No, he was a big fucking guy. He was tall. There's no way that his boots would fit her. I'm sorry, but those were some shit kicker boots. That's one of my biggest things. Where did the boots come from? Grant says they came from the bar. From who? It's stupid. Funny if Girardi was chowing down a Tesla when they found her. Fry Minis, still in disbelief that Voyager time actor really was playing a different character. It could have been good conflict. He was trying to send Picard back to the future ASAP, but Picard wanted to try to fix. Yes. Trekyard, he is like Brondo. Has what she needs. Fart Muffin, I give up. They've ruined one of my favorite characters, or actors and characters. I'm just kind of tired of seeing Brent Spiner's face in this garbage. They filled me with 2 episodes, then it turned to crap. Mark says, that was what I said exactly on the VR. Rick Cassell, Star Trek Borg was great. Took me and my brother forever to figure out, to retune the phaser thing. Blue Shirt Picard. Evening, Cap. What a waste of an FBI agent who was a great character on Voyager. They probably didn't want to pay the rights. All in all, not a bad episode. It was a waste that he wasn't Duquesne. That being said, I love the actor. He does a fantastic fantastic job in the role of an agent. Like, he was believable as an FBI agent. I like that. I like the guy. I just wish he would have been who he should have been. Be thankful you don't have carpal tunnel like me. Sorry to hear that, Shen. Or tendinitis. Yeah. Feed me Seymour. Ooh, wouldn't it be great if Q losing his powers is because he was on trial by Trelane? No, it wouldn't be. Trekyards soon was outed as a madman in previous episode, yet the general randomly gave him a small army. Yeah. Defiant 15E. Captain, do you think this season will end on a cliffhanger and continue into the next? We are coming to the end of the story, and the story hasn't moved much. That's what I'm afraid of, and I'll be pissed if that's the case. So I don't want that to be the case. I'm hoping against hope, as I've been doing with a lot of things with this show, that it'll work, but I think they're just going to disappoint me like they have with a few other things. So, Ozzy, Board Queen doesn't hurt. It only tickles at first. Jonathan, there was quite a few flashbacks in this episode that stretched the length. I guess there are actors that need to get paid. Shannon Murphy, I did have tendicitis in my finger last year, but it went away. Carpal tunnel syndrome is worse, I think. Mark, New Guinan gets better with each appearance. 100% agree with that, yes. Shannon Murphy says, I haven't able to rest my wrists. I had to write my senior thesis and stuff. Rick says TNG would have wrapped this up in a two-parter. Yes, they would have. Squadron Course, like butter, scraped over too much bread. Sorry, wrong franchise. Well, as Samuel described it earlier when we filmed our edited review, which will be out tomorrow afternoon, he said it's like taking a wad of gum that's stuck to like a wall and just pulling it and just having it stretch super thin to the point where it starts to sag. It's at that saggy part. It's so thin, it's just like, eh. You still got that lump in your hand, which maybe we'll get to. But yeah, it's that stringy, like, just about to break. It's so bad. Shem says, I like Guinan this one too, but what was the point making her nose bleed? LOL, when she was trying to communicate with Picard, then no tissue, even when she came back in the room. What was with the blood on the table at the opening shot after the flashback to the forest? You see the handcuffs and like blood on the corner of the table. What is that from? And I thought maybe it's just a stain on the table, but as they pan the camera like over top of it and focus on Picard and Guinan, it's like, that looks like blood. And do you guys not love the thumbnail for this live tonight? It's Picard and Guinan looking like so unimpressed, because that's exactly how I looked watching this whole fucking video, or this whole episode. Fleet Paw says, turn a steering wheel day after day for hours on end, Shannon. Listen, Jericho, they could make it sound more like a proto-molecule that Renee finds. That was also a substance that was supposed to evolve the human race. The Doctor, do something. Yes, like maybe explore space in your space track. I really hope they are done with these stretched out arcs. I'm right there with you. First two episodes were great because they were written by Terry Metalas. Terry. Written by Terry. Terry then went on to work on season 3, which he gave the reins to Akiva Goldsman. And we all know Akiva Goldsman is a fucking can't do shit for shit. Him and Kurtzman are like, they're both the same kind of, they both come from the same tree, is what I'll say. Yeah. Raffi is a manipulator. Hell yeah, she is. Trek or not, why do some of the authors on a multi-million-dollar show have authors with little to no experience? Look at the authors on episode 3, season 2. This has to be nepotism and money-making at its finest. Yes. The boot came from the bar. Squadron Course, space, the final frontier. But they seem to think that means they should save it for the end of the story. Shem, yes, 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 cap on the boots. I noticed that too. She did look hot though, says Mark. Fart Muffin, you know what Star Trek needs? Number one in Strange New Worlds will be a Soong augment part android. You heard the dumb idea here first. They haven't showed us Soong and his 47 other relatives in the 23rd century. Trek or not, what does a Borg need with boots? For shit kicking, man. Shit kicking. Feed me Seymour. I need your boots, your red dress, and your motorcycle. Daniel Brainbox. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? Shannon Murphy. That sucks. I did have a number of episodes when holding the steering wheel at 12 o'clock. Left hand. Try 9 and 3 prevents it. Poseidon 500. Dude, she stole some boots. Okay. This is Jericho. Why would the Borg Queen want to create a Confederation timeline where the Borg were eradicated? She just wants to get a 400-year head start on creating the Borg. The Borg were around back then, pretty sure, just in the far expanses, as far reaches the Delta Quadrant. But yeah, it's a perfect place to do it. Primitive Earth. Matt Deckard, she took them from the guy. Wait, was he still wearing boots? Don't know, don't care. He's a big dude. There's no way his boots would have fit her. Colin Barrett, wait till you see what Girardi is wearing next episode. I've seen the sneak peek. So have I. Keeping Me Up podcast. Love how Seven just let Barati walk away while the phaser was 3 feet in front of her. General Grievous, I guess all's well doesn't end wells after all. No, Lieutenant Duquesne, shocking absolutely no one. I mean, this is Kurtzman and Akiva. What did we honestly expect? James Roberts, Seven did have a scene where she actually seemed like Seven, so wish they had done the Queen and Seven instead of Seven and Girardi. I think she got them at the Goodwill. Says Blue Shirt Picard. Fleet Paw says, meh, she stole some boots. She's still looking hot. Hashtag hot for Girardi. The Doctor, they turned Agnes Borg into Harley Quinn from the second Suicide Squad movie. Matt Deckard, there is no Duquesne. There is only Zool. A cult classic. Growing the boots is the first step in assimilation. We just don't usually see it because they've always been focused on showing us their faces. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Grant McGregor, I just realized they might have retconned the Soong family tree to where they're all clones. Please don't. The Stanleys, do the Borg really have super strength as depicted in this episode? Can't say I recall it. It's a good question. Matt Deckard, so many shots of the parking lot Paramount has background use when shooting downtown LA. Christian says, I still enjoyed this episode. I just feel there were too many missed opportunities this season. Tim McCaffrey says, don't know why they couldn't pay the rights. Not like they broke the bank on effects. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand it for Nick Locarno. Not using Nick Locarno in Voyager and changing it to Tom Paris, because it's going to be a main cast member, which means the royalties for paying the person that created the Nick character would be immense. But for one episode, fucking pay the person that created the character Duquesne. Fart Muffin, Picard will go down in history as the most wasted potential of one of the most iconic characters in sci-fi history. I don't think you're wrong about that. Colin Barrett, the Agent Wells character was a bit of a waste. Seemed like a part written for David Duchovny, but it was not available. He was not available. Yes, it should have been an X-Files Scully or Mulder, yeah. Shannon Murphy, though I will say that my symptoms have improved with ibuprofen. Good to hear, Shannon. Brett, Mercy was a good title. Too bad they didn't show us any with this snoozer. Yeah. Keeping Me Up podcast. Please clarify for me because I am become so disinterested in this sloppy ass story. But how does Q have no powers, but he's jumping from spot to spot, creating magic serums? I don't know. I don't know how he had the technical know-how to put himself into the computer program. I don't know how he made the serum. I don't know how he convinced people in the FBI that he was an FBI agent. I think he'd have to have a badge and credentials and things like that. So it's a good question, and we don't have an answer. Olivia, can we get away from Picard flashbacks? His mother was in the well. His father was protecting her. Got over it already, Picard. Christian, TNG almost always had a cliffhanger endings, but stay tuned until next season. I have a feeling that's what this will be. Feed Me Seymour. I'm guessing that Picard doesn't fix the future, but changes it, so upon his return to the future, he is still captain of the Enterprise E, or F, with TNG crew. That'd be interesting. I don't think they'll do that, but it'll be interesting. Fleet Pass says, honestly, the last 4 or 5 episodes could have been 2 episodes, leaving more room for the story to progress some. We said the same thing about a bunch of the episodes in season 4 of Discovery. Both of these seasons are suffering from the same problem. Just razor-thin plot stretched over too many episodes. Wells was essentially Mulder, yes. Chuck Jones, do you think Girardi was stroking Soom's ego or telling the truth about the 2 paths? I don't see how the Herborg zombie apocalypse leads to the totalitarian, there we go, future with Soong as godfather of humanity. Actually just stroking his ego a bit. She needed to get what she needs. So, Ozzy, the FBI room, just like from Star Trek 4, the home Voyager home. The home Voyager home with Chekhov scene. Well, he wasn't in a fucking basement. He was on an aircraft carrier. So totally different. But I see why you maybe say that. But yeah, totally different, my friend. Newtopia Labs, $20. Thank you so much for that super chat. Hit like. Thanks for the stream. Well, thank you for watching, guys. And please, yes, hit like. We have 55 likes and 113 people watching. Let's try to get to 100 likes. Should be doable. Oh, that Kraken spice rum is good. Mark, I think the blood on the table might have been an intimidation tactic. Fart Muffin, they make Guinan's nose bleed because they must copy Stranger Things. They have to copy more interesting shows to make theirs better. Never thought about that, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Mark says the thumbnail is perfect. Blue Shirt Picard, maybe the blood was intimidation, okay? I'm kind of behind in the chat. I don't know if you guys can tell. This happens sometimes, all the time. Many of the times. Much of the time. So, another reminder that I'm out of shape ahead of an internship at Disney. LOL, maybe it was a workout. Feed Me Seymour. Are the writers of Picard basically coming up with the story whilst playing Star Trek Online, beginning to feel like this show is a Star Trek Online roleplay? Fire-breathing swan. To be honest, I think even if they nail a badass finale, it wasn't worth the journey for me, sadly. Daniel Vance, this is the worst episode of the season for me so far. At least Loxana Troy didn't show up. It's kind of the thought that Samuel and myself had as well. Tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a full review and breakdown. I'd be interested to see how we score this one, because Michelle Hurd will be at Starfest Denver in May. Cool. The boots came from the female leaded singer from the band. Sure. Girardi just smashes a fucking window and... I need your boots. Okay. I could see that lead singer wearing those boots, honestly. That's a pretty good suggestion, but... needs to be explained. Trek or not. So is the Borg Queen just a coincidence? Just a conscience that is transferred into different bodies? Could explain the different Borg Queens over the years. Sure. Yeah. General Grievous. If Kurtzman and Goldsman don't expect the Borg Queen's intentions to make sense. Jonathan, maybe they were nanoprobe boots, just materialized because the Borg Queen made them. Sure. Mark, when they mentioned that Girardi went away with a red-headed guy, my heart sank because I thought it could have been the punk. Glad it wasn't. Broken Speaker, $5. About 2/3 through, the acting is much better in this episode, so I'll give it that. Back to watching. Cheers. Want to see my cool shirt? Guys, there's links down below to TeePublic and Teespring store. The TeePublic store has this shirt. It was made for the 2009 Star Trek Las Vegas convention that Samuel and myself went to. You got to check it out. If you like, well, you'll see. All the different races represented, each holding a letter that spells Trekyards, and Vega 5. But, yeah, so we got Andorian, Cetacean, Romulan, oh no, what's this one? Oh, Vulcan, Gorn, Borg, what's that one? Klingon, Romulan, there's the Romulan, look at the, yeah, you see the bird there. Anyway, Federation and Cardassian, all, you know, stage girls, what do they call them? Anyway, you can buy this shirt. Go check it out. Just wanted to just stop talking about Picard for a second. Nanoprobes don't just materialize. It's true. The doctor's kid should have spit out that replicated cake. Ew. Shannon Murphy, you've heard of the law of conservation of mass. Yes, I have, Shannon. Defiant 15E, was it me or did Seven make the connection in the collective? Sounded like narcotics use and she was a recovering addict. Yes, they're absolutely doing that with, yes. Shannon Murphy, maybe make Locarno's Tom's cousin. Was that supposed to be Carbon Creek? I don't think so. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. Brent Spiner is in season 3 of Picard. I'm guessing if he's playing Data, then alternate good future. Alyssa Jericho, Q still had the knowledge of the universe. Sure, we'll buy it. We'll accept that. And also the technology to print fake IDs and badges and serums and no, I don't buy that. Atom Mirabilis, didn't Q say in TNG when he was a human without powers that he had an IQ of 6,000? That would explain a lot. It would, but he doesn't have the resources to make the things he needs, I don't think. Blue Shirt Picard, wouldn't replicated food taste off to the child? Yes, but it's fucking cake, man. Even shitty cake still tastes like cake and good. Corbin says, was the FBI agent's story a reference to Carbon Creek from Enterprise? Sorry, I'm late to the chat. I think they might have been trying to do that. It wasn't made clear enough. I don't know. For the love of God, I don't know. Christian, the Borg have figured out a way of killing off the Q continuum. Madman 22, it's the this could have been a 3-parter syndrome. Yes. Shannon Murphy, it's the one with the whales. Atom says, not that I'm a fan of Picard. It's not a very good show. It's lacking the heart and thought-provoking storytelling. General Grievous, if they didn't want to pay for Lieutenant Duquesne, I doubt they'll pay for the Carbon Creek Vulcans. Alyssa Jericho, not an aircraft carrier. He was on the Enterprise. Well, actually, he was on the Ranger. Not any aircraft carrier. He was on the Enterprise. Yes. Well, actually, it was the Ranger they used to film Star Trek 4. So, and Admiral, it is Enterprise. It wasn't, though. It was the Ranger. Spoilers. This is Jericho, not any... Oh, I just read that one. Sorry. My bad. Good Tea, Nice House. The agent backstory was pretty cool, but an absolute waste for a timeline that shouldn't exist. Shannon Murphy, using too much noggin power. Nosebleed. Keeping Me Up podcasts. Kurtzman, Akiva, and company were like, oh, we cast an actor from the other Trek shows, but as a different character? We'll totally be trending for a week with fan theories, cool images. Cool. Imagine had we realized sooner. Meh. Gibbs, as much as I love these episodes as individual cuts, the drug out story arc is ridiculous. Yes. SC Scout Guy, maybe the events of this season are the reason the Borg are not mentioned or seen in Discovery. Yeah, they didn't think that far ahead. Philip says, I would say this episode and this season of Picard is decidedly meh. Such a shame. There were moments the show showed potential, yes. Feed Me Seymour, I think this whole trial is not about Picard, but is a trial for Q by the Q continuum. I got those same kind of vibes myself. Shannon Murphy, the Woxana could be better than Kurtzman. Feed me Seymour. I still think Enterprise A is the best Enterprise. B is the second. A cult classic. The blood was probably supposed to be from where he had the IV. In fairness, at his age, his skin would be fairly fragile, and he could have ended up bleeding when they took the cuffs off. That's what I thought too, but it didn't feel like that was what they were intending with that. I don't know. It just seems stupid. General Grievous, they probably have the Kardashian mom play Waxana knowing Kurtzman. Blue Shirt Picard, why can't they adapt the novels or comics? It's all out there. Look up. Matt Boardman, the lead singer of that band, was played by Stewart's wife. Oh, really? Way to go, Patrick. Nicola Aversa, they literally have a novelist on the writing staff. Like, did they ask her at all? No, she was mopping floors. Joseph Cole, Arnold held up a bar to get boots one time. It's true. Liva Julius, by the way, happy birthday. Can't believe you haven't said anything yet. Hope you have a great 60th. Whose birthday is it? Ozzy, the lead singer in the band is Picard's real wife. Did you know that it had his name? I did not know that. Andy Magoo, all I ask is that they write the story before filming it. This is turning into another big mess. Scott says, how is it that they have so much filler with only 2 episodes to go? The early episodes were better, in my opinion. Yes, the early episodes, like the first 4, 5, were good. 1 was fantastic, but they were good. We're dipping into Discovery territory now, unfortunately. Carbon Creek made a reference to another expedition in the 70s. Jonathan, 7 needed to ask what batteries are made of, which seems a little odd. In Star Trek Online, 7 is a little more insightful by correctly identifying lithium batteries. Chuck A, it's a fake cake. Keeping Me Up podcast, if they're saying 7 has difficulty being in a relationship with one person because she's used to the minds of many, then maybe she and Raffi need to be poly. Just saying. This season should have brought back Gary 7. Wells could have made a great Gary. Hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Andy Magoo, I'll never forgive them for building up a showdown with the Borg cube, running out of time for it, and crashing it like a big flower. Athos, poorly written episode, horrific dialogue. Jonathan, I want 4 cakes. 4 slices of 4 different cakes are given. Did the replicator guess what they wanted, or did the boy screw up his line? I thought the same thing, but you just assume that it wouldn't necessarily ask for specifics. Just I want 4 cakes. I assumed they just get small little cakes, but overlooked that. It's fine. Probably just use the most common types of cakes ordered. Shannon Murphy, hasn't Q been put on trial by the Continuum before? He has indeed. Laris actress plays Talon, just saying, maybe Wells and Duquesne. Shannon Murphy, dang, the second is actually need crafting supplies. My local Michael's closes. Okay. Trek or not. So, is Soong escaped daughter the person who starts the Soong family line since Soong has no kids? It's a good question. Defiant says, could Wells firing and letting them go all be a ruse? Will we see the FBI come in for the rescue in the end? No, you'll see the time cops come in to rescue at the end. It could be a ruse. He is actually Duquesne. He did fucking know everything. Yes. Please, for the love of God, pull an M. Night Shyamalan and do it well. What a twist. Twist that shit at the end. Colin Barrett, I wonder if by the end of season 3, will Picard become a Q? Would not be the first time a Starfleet captain ascended to become a godlike creature. RC, how do Vulcans have transporter technology in the year 2024? Because they're Vulcans. They already have space travel. Of course they have transporters. Have you been paying attention to Star Trek at all? The Vulcans have had warp for like a good 100 or more years before we ever had it. So, of course they have advanced tech like that. Trek or not, these boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. They're going to assimilate all of you. That doesn't quite work, but... Fleet Pod, no, I had a thought. The finale sees the Relativity or another time ship commanded by Duquesne show up to fix the damage to the timeline. The Wells character was Duquesne undercover, assessing. I wouldn't be surprised. That'd be great. I would fucking applaud. I would give it a standing ovation and fuck yeah, you guys did fantastic. You know that episode we said sucked because it wasn't Duquesne? You guys get top fucking marks. Buried alive with Akiva. Athos. Wells had a vendetta. Oh, hold on. Sorry, the chat jumped up a bit on me. Sorry. General Grievous, Kurtzman. I've done far worse than kill you. I've hurt you, and I wish to go on hurting you. I shall leave you as you left me, as you left her, marooned for all eternity in the center of a dead season, buried alive. I know you put planet, but Joseph Cole, every episode in live action gives me enough to hope it's better next week. Perhaps that is what they're trying to do, but next week never comes. I want to love this, I really do. That sounds like me. Athos, Wells had a vendetta against aliens because he was touched by one. Yikes. JB, hey Cap, remember the TNG episode where Data was working on small talk? These recent sessions of Discovery and Picard remind me of Riker's line, I'm fascinated by how long they can talk about nothing. Ozzy, Roas got a kiss girlfriend doctor. Blue shirt Picard, what if they were Borg cakes? The boy got sick. Listen, Jericho, I get the impression Lon from Strange New World comes from Corey. Feed me Seymour. If I asked for 4 cakes, chocolate, lemon, red velvet, and Victorian sponge, if I see a carrot cake, I will create the Borg. Carrot cake's good, man. I like carrot cake. But the other ones are all better. Madman 22. Technically speaking, the last couple of times Q was on screen, the plot was always about Q versus Q. The Q who wanted to die, the Q Civil War, Junior Q. Olivia Julius, sorry, I meant to send the birthday message via text message. Sorry everyone, Stuart isn't turning 60 today, he's turning 70. Well, it's not my birthday, and I'm only 47. Trek or not, how can he be Wells, though, with the kid thing? How can he be Wells, though, with the kid thing? The kid's name was Wells, that's why. I don't understand your question. Listen, Jericho, it was nice of Picard to lie to Wells. The Vulcan was clearly doing the Vulcan death grip on him. I thought the same thing. He wasn't trying to hurt you. He was trying to kill you. I mean, mind meld. Mind meld. Vulcans have red matter. Jonathan, I like that the Vulcans had a golden teleportation, almost like a TOS throwback. Madman 22, so it's more of the same, nothing new under the sun. Shannon Murphy, buried alive. Trek or not, didn't the Vulcan touch the kid? So shouldn't he have been accidentally transported through contact? Example, like in Voyage Home, and many other situations where this happened. Those are people like hugging them, like jumping and grabbing them, even and beyond, where he like jumps in the air and grabs Kayla, or Jayla, she just grabs her fingertips. Things that make you go, Scott Phillips, 2 weeks until Strange New Worlds. We can only hope. Olivia Julius, they made Wales the same backstory as Men in Black International. Donnie Pearson, hello, Cap. Hope everyone is well on the night before Earth Day. General Grievous, Kurtzman! Feed me Seymour. Thinking, I wonder if Romulans fled Vulcan and some hit on Earth at the time when technology was primitive and have been living on Earth for years. Probably helped the eugenics war development of cons. I would say no to all that. Keep Me Up podcast, or Keeping Me Up podcast. Rios has to fix the computers to save the day, but cake, kissing, and marriage talk breaks are okay. This is the way. Trekyards, again, that's because they are unoriginal and copying everything. Blue Shirt Picard, did you hear Nick Mayer's Con series is collecting dust? Or Nicholas Myers, yeah. Mr. Captain 93, Picard just seems to be building and building. I hope the next 2 weeks it all breaks loose. We agree. We thought that 3 episodes would be good to break loose in, but apparently they thought, no, we're gonna not do that this week. Shannon Murphy, stuff that I wouldn't wish on my enemies, I'd wish on Kurtzman. Hate that guy. Squadron Course, back at my PC. Hi, Donnie. How was your week? Good tea, nice house. I believe you're right. Wasn't transporters invented by Dr. Emery Eckertson, Picard's or Enterprise season 4 episode for the Federation? Yes. The Vulcans had transporters. They also had fucking tractor beams and shields, but they didn't give them to the Federation. So you're wrong. The Vulcans had transporters and warp drive and more advanced shit than the Federation. Even in Enterprise, they just wouldn't share it with the Federation. The Federation had to suffer its growing pains and figure it out on their own. Bigger question, what were the Vulcans doing there? Taking swamp water samples? I don't know. Abducting cows? Squadron Course, pretty good. Making good progress on Unreal VR. Okay. Feed me Seymour. Hold on. Robot goes back in time to change the future. Plot of Terminator or Picard. Jonathan, I think Dr. Soon is cloning his wife, and when it is successful, then he will start cloning himself as well. The theory still stands up. Yeah, it kind of does. Mr. Captain 93, I could be wrong, but I still feel like there is still a big something that hasn't been revealed yet. I think you're right. You're not wrong there, for sure. Fleetpot, $2. I know you want to scream. It's okay. So do it. So do I. Do it. Scream at what? Quiet has been quiet. He's actually sleeping right now. So. Give us your ups for this episode, Cap. I'm not Trek culture. I'll do ups and downs. Okay, but if I had to, let's go into this. Wells was a good character. I really liked his character as a whole. That's an up. Guinan's performance, an up. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I can think of. Yep, that's all I can think of offhand. General Grievous. Remember, as I said, Warhammer hope is the first step to the road to disappointment. Shannon Murphy. Not possible. In space, no one can hear you scream. Blue Shirt Picard. Transporters run on Windows software. Not everyone is up to date. Libby Julius, hey, so are we going to skip over the fact that Guinan is now telepathic? It's kind of been touched on a few times, but never really explored too much. But yeah, we're going to skip over that because it's not really important. Brian Drinkwater, in Enterprise, it was Starfleet. There was no Federation at that point. Yes. Keeping Me Up podcast. Can anyone tell me how to hire a transport a special forces mercenary team who are cool with watching their comrade get green injections in the face within an hour or so? Asking for a friend. Yeah, there's a whole bunch about that ending that doesn't make sense. David Barash. The transporters may have been set to only Vulcans instead of all life forms in an emergency situation. Plus, it's only logical to only beam the target that you're locked onto and not anything that attaches itself to them. That's only logical. It's a logical Vulcan transporter system. Feed me Seymour. If you discover something on Earth, you would be its inventor. It would be the same on Vulcan or Klingon. They all just came to the conclusion at different times, except Packwoods. They just mystery. Athos, I'll forward your question to Warrior Poet Society. He may know some dudes for Keeping Me Up podcast. Okay. Shannon Murphy, but if you want him to scream, I could scare him. I'm so good at scaring people. It's, well, scary. Mr. Captain 93, not sure if this has been said, but that was an awesome Guinan performance. Yes, it was. Keeping Me Up podcast. Oh, never mind. Squadron Course. I thought Adam Soong naming all his daughters after the daughters of Zeus was a nice touch. It was, yes. Dr. Ronslin, $5. Another positive. We haven't once had to discuss the state of the shuttle bay door. Fuck yeah. I will drink to that any day. I love this Kraken spice rum. It's so smooth. Fleetpod, regarding my super chat, I know you want to scream at this episode or season. It's okay. I want to as well. Oh, yes. Defiant 15E. Think Picard will hold the crusty old Admiral quote over Rios said after reading in the FBI report. Yes, I think he will. His face like, ugh. Yeah, I think he's gonna. I know I'm just a crusty old Admiral, but yeah. Mr. Captain 93, who leaves their time, Rio or the Doctor? Who leaves their time, Rio or the Doctor? Also, what will Worf look like? Ha ha ha, sorry, couldn't resist. This is Jericho. Q gets a golden up, and the Raffi 7 stuff gets a brown down. Oh my god. Joseph Cole, sorry, Cap. I know you are not Trek culture. I know it's just tough drudging through the negatives, so I always ask you for positives. I've pointed out a few positives. There's a few positive things in this episode. I'm following your chat. I'm talking about what you guys want to talk about. Squadron Course. Is it considered a plus that we have only seen one disco shuttle this season? Yes, but that shouldn't have been there either. So don't get me started on that discussion because everybody be like, it wasn't a disco shuttle. Yeah, it fucking absolutely 100% was. But anyway. Jasper Jedi, hey, how's it going, man? Keeping Me Up podcast. Cap, should I open another bottle of wine or no? Yes. Shannon Murphy, no, seriously, I scare my mom by accident a lot. Shannon, I love you so much. Thank you for saying by accident. I know you guys don't necessarily come here to learn the English language, but if any of you say on accident, you're 1,000% wrong. On accident is not fucking grammatically correct. It has just become a common thing that people say. It is by accident. It is never on accident. Somebody said it by accident once. They said on accident. Somebody else heard it and repeated it. And you'd be surprised how many people say on accident. Educated people, people I respect, people that make videos, listening to what they say, love what they say. They're so smart, so educated, so well articulated. And then they say on accident. And I fucking zone out. It is 1,000% incorrect. And I want people to stop doing it. It is by accident. That's my rant for the day. Did you notice the assimilated soldier at the end of the modern circuitry patterns forming on his face as opposed to the turned blood veins from before? LOL. Yes, I did notice that. Trek or not, wonder does his face accept a USB interface or some microcontrollers? David says Kraken is awesome. It is, yes. Keeping Me Up podcast. Later tonight, Cap will release the Kraken. Joseph Barbato, no Crown Royal Peach? No, I'm out, man. I'm out. Christian says, what if those Vulcans were temporal agents cleaning up Carbon Creek wreckage? They are pre-2024 change. Yeah, that'd be great. Athos. Yeah, the interaction between Raffi and Seven seemed very forced. True of most of their scenes together, to be honest. Did you hear how that relationship became a thing in the show? Watch the Ready Room, because they asked Seven about that, and it actually was a picture that I forget who took it. I think it was the guy that plays Elnor. Took the picture of Raffi and Seven, like a really nice picture of them, and somebody said, "Now that is the perfect lesbian couple," as a joke, because they're both, really attractive, very smiling in the picture, and they fucking worked that into the show. So that's how that came about. So, not a big deal, just an interesting fact. Watch the Ready Room, you'll see that. Christian, I read that one. Blue shirt of Picard. How's that security guard Agnes saved? That's a good question. He wasn't a security guard, he was a cop, by the way. So you threw me there with security guard. How is he? I don't know. He's probably fine. They just took his spleen out and put him in his car. So he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Feed me Seymour. So Picard's ancestor was an astronaut for the Europa mission. I wonder what the ancestors of, say, Kirk would have been. I'm thinking a history of enlisted soldiers, maybe Army. I don't know. Eggsy, Star Trek HTD. Hi, Captain Foley. You rock, bro. Thank you very much. Eggsy, you also rock. Glad you survived Easter, being an egg and all. Hopefully you didn't get, doused in color or pigments of some kind. Hopefully you're fine. Thank you. Mr. Captain 93. Okay, random question. These primitive Borg seem a little controllish. So basically, another thing, non-Borg Borg that Discovery does that doesn't make sense. Jonathan. John Delancey did a pretty good job, even though his scenes were a little randomly placed and almost a Deus ex machina. Ozzy, any snow today? No. Why do you keep asking me about my weather? No, we've had no snow today. All the snow that was here 2 days ago is gone. It was a beautiful day. So nice. I took the Camaro for a drive. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day today. Nice and warm, sunny, very spring-like. I didn't have to wear a jacket outside. I could wear my t-shirt. Could have wore shorts, but didn't. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be like that for the rest of the week. Shannon Murphy. I'm a grammar perfectionist, so of course I'm always right. Canon is canon, not canon. That's true. Would you be okay with disco shuttles if they were named after jazz musicians, though? Well, that's just stupid. Why would you name a shuttle after a jazz musician? That would never happen in Trek. Come on. And no, I wouldn't. I was fine with Discovery shuttles in season 1 of Discovery because, they fit the aesthetic. Sure. But then sprinkle them all throughout all Trek ever. It's like, what the fuck? That's where it got stupid, so. Would you... Welcome to Grammar Guards. Axe or ask? Oh, don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started. I ask you not to get me started on that, because... Down, boy, down. It's fine. By accident sounds like a drug name for birth control pill. On accident. So uncivilized. Hell yeah. Taylor T. How many times have we seen Q snap his fingers and use his crazy Q powers this season? I wonder if this time travel alternate universe stuff is related. Deja Q, when he lost his powers. We've seen him snap them twice. First time was to change his appearance to old, and you got the sound effect and the light. Second time was to snap him and Picard into the vineyard where the record player was playing, and there was a flash of light, but no sound. So, Bend Funboy, now you're gonna get shit by accident. Max World Entertainment, greetings programs. Brian Drinkrouter, by accident, on purpose. Keeping Me Up podcast, this is how I feel about could care less. No, it's I couldn't care less. Yep. Oh, I once said the latter on accident. See what I did there? I did see what you did there, and I hate you for it. So, Um, Taylor T. There's no Picard to save him or protect him after he gets his ass booted from the continuum. Talon Hawk. When I make a mistake, it's by purpose. I know you're being facetious. I know that was supposed to be funny. I suggest you guys Google it and look it up. See what's fucking correct, because trust me. You know what else was wrong? Irregardless. Irregardless was never a fucking word. It was regardless. Regardless. Irregardless didn't fucking exist until every Tom, Dick, and dipshit started saying it. So Webster's dictionary says, oh, well, so many people say it now. We're going to put it in the dictionary. Irregardless is not a fucking word. It's regardless. Look that up too if you don't fucking believe me. Oh, that makes me so fucking angry. But now it's in the Webster's dictionary because it's a commonly used colloquialism. So it's so commonly used that it's now part of the vernacular. Go fuck yourselves. Listen, Jericho, people who don't pronounce their T's annoy me the most. Louis Julius, did you know that Foley class shuttles are named after grammar mistakes? Oh, that's fucking funny. That's funny. Top marks for that one, Olivia. Jonathan Rodella, he's an ancestor like everyone else. Blue Shirt Picard, Tony took Q's stones. Shannon Murphy, that is a terrible grammar error. Apologize at once. Feed me Seymour. By accident equals sounds genuine. On accident sounds on purpose. Sci-Fi Nation. I tune in to hear lesbians. Epic show as is. Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. Go. Wouldn't have had any leg in the... Damn it. Jasper Jedi. I thought the scene with Raffi and Elnor seemed way over the top and out of character for Raffi. Subtlety would have worked better. Yes. General Grievous. Wait, the captain said grammatically instead of grammatical. Fleetpaw says, what would you think of me if I told you I usually say on or by accident, but rather accidentally? I think you were an intelligent young individual. Yes, accidentally is fine. Depends on the context. But on accident is never acceptable because it's 100% wrong. So, never fucking say it. Shannon Murphy. I speak American Southern English, which often doesn't pronounce T's. I can help it, though. I can help it. I guess that's how she'd say that, because she doesn't pronounce T's. Mac World Entertainment. So do you think the Borg that she turned in this episode will have any problems? Not be like the Borg we know? Well, Seven did say that more primitive nanites cause problems. So yes, she got some more advanced stuff from Soong, but I would assume that the nanites aren't quite up to snuff. This is Jericho. We know Kirk's ancestors if you read the books. He was an undefeated lawyer at this time. Later on, his kids became a lunar commander. General Grievous, that makes perfect sense in Kurtzman's that representation wasn't thought out in the beginning and just as a joke, par for the course. Sci-Fi Nation, shut up. I don't axe anything. Jonathan Rodells, yeah, I really don't like Raffi, and I don't like the Seven Raffi thing. It feels like two straight women trying to act like they're gay. Horrible writing. Shannon Murphy, I will bring the tea back if I'm angry. Ooh. Or if I'm doing a voice imitation, but never otherwise. Keeping Me Up podcast, they were clearly setting up the Seven Raffi thing in their scene after Real Picard died. And then psych. Joseph Cole, I question how Q made it to the FBI interrogation site with no powers. I do too, 100%. They took pains to show us he is broken. I'm so confused. My brain is leaking out my nose. You must be a Lorian. Joseph Barbado, I want to ask you a question. My fourth grade teacher used to scream when someone said that said that like someone was going to cut her with an axe. David Borich. I'm originally from Pittsburgh and I say pop. Okay. Squadra Course. Maybe they really moved disco into the future so that the shuttles would look like they belonged on the show's time frame. Check or not. If Q didn't do this and Q is dying and announced, why is he in this season and fecking with things? Speed me Seymour. Basil Rathbone. Sci-Fi Nation, irregardless is not a word. I know. I stated as much. Darth Maul, I'm confused. Is Q dying from the alternate timeline or from the prime time? Nobody knows. That's the thing. We got to find that out. Irregardless is perfectly cromulent. Fuck you. Sci-Fi Nation, Canadian is... and Vernon is better. Verner's is not better. Verner's is different. For mixing with rum, I'd say Verner's might actually be better. But just as a drink, like as a pop or a soda, I think Canada Dry is far superior. Trek or not, 2 Qs is seeming likely. An evil Q and a good Q. Lisa Jericho, it's good. It's a good word, facetious. Has all the vowels in it and in the right order as well. I didn't even realize that, but you're right. What about why though? Because why is only sometimes. I know that could be facetiously. Irregardless if I axe you. Irregardless is not a word. Thank you. Yes, I know. I know you're just like, you're thanking me because you deal with that all the time. But yes, you're welcome. Mark Lawrence, that and so many people use decimate incorrectly. Okay, I don't know who uses decimate on a regular basis, but Professor Foley of English Grammar. JB, I hate when people say especially. Yes. Yes. Any chance Q's child will appear? Absolutely zero. 0% chances that Q Ball will show up. General Grievous, though, throws in $2, so thank you. The Queen made Blarney a word. Irregardless can be. Regardless of her making Blarney a word or not, irregardless should never be a fucking word. Sorry. Fleetpaw, you know what else aren't words? Bay, fleek, sus, finna, and any other shitty slang that was popped up in the last 15 years or so. Mr. Captain 93, there has been another Q. There has to be another Q. There just has to be. Their powers are awesome. Just to irritate you because you love there, and there. Oh, that's why you were doing that. I was wondering. Okay. Officer. The ain't gonna is docking in Shuttle Bay 1. Captain tenses at the shuttle name. Feed me Seymour. Only people who can remove a Q power is a Q. Hence why I figure Q is one on trial. Kit 10K is here. Break time at work, Cap. Just so you know, the 3D printed USS Foley was shipped today, and I should have it by Monday. I'll do my quality check. Tried to super chat, but damn YouTube is being a bitch. Well, screw YouTube, man. But good to see you, Kit. Sci-Fi Nation. I kind of remember Barry's, that movie. Shannon Murphy. It's not like the T is silent. The T often becomes A or D, or becomes a softer T. Depends on the word. Bend Funk Boy, or Bend Fun Boy. Jesus Christ. Damn, you get saucy. Really trying to like Picard, but it's 2CW melodrama. Hope the Pike series gives us old-fashioned Trek again. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. And yeah, I do get saucy. Got a problem with it? It's one of the things people like about coming to listen to me, because I get all ranty and go off on tangents. James McGill, I feel like I'm in an English class tonight, and I haven't studied. Squadra Course, I don't mind slang. It's neat that different regions have different dialects. Adds flavor to the word. But that doesn't mean that they're real words or should be added to the dictionary. The Urban Dictionary is fine for slang, absolutely 100%. But yes, I kind of agree. Athos, great value, brand Borg built by Girardi. This is Jericho. This whole conversation is reminding me of what Mitchell and Webb grammar Nazi sketch. NZ Fade. Just finished watching a much better episode than last week. A bit slow in the first half, but they got the story beats right at the end. I really enjoyed this one. NZ Fade, I'm not sure that you should go back and watch the beginning of this stream up to this point, because I think you're in the minority. David G. Sound. People are also use peruse improperly often. If you peruse the menu, it means you study it, not glance over it. Blue Shirt Picard. Shatner should have played an ancestor of Kirk's. No, he really shouldn't. Talonhawk. Random, but I've tried at points in my life to stop saying hot water heater, but I still do it. You know what's really funny? Sylvia tells me, first of all, to... How's that go now? Fuck. Well, one thing she says is, go put some toast in the toaster. Why would I put toast in the toaster? Because it's already been toasted and therefore it's toast. I'll put bread in the toaster to give you toast, but do you want like really burnt toast? Do you want me to toast it and then toast it? Because I can't put toast in the toaster. I'll put bread in the toaster any day. And then she grew up with calling it toast bread. Get some toast bread, which instead of, because she's European, she's Croatian, so they always had like rolls and like fresh baked bread and stuff. That's the stuff you cut up and make for sandwiches, or rip off a chunk and dip it in something. But the toast bread was the sliced bread you bought at the store. So I can't put toast in the toaster. Or is it, hold on, close the light before you leave. What? Close, you mean turn off the light? Yeah, I'll turn off the light. Not close the light or open the light. Can you open the light out there? I mean, I need a step stool. I could, and a screwdriver. I could open it, but, oh, you mean turn it on. Ah. Okay. Sci-Fi Nation, no hatchet. No hatchet, love, Cap. Shame, shame. No hatchet man love tonight, my friend. Fuck you. Joseph Barbato. Yeah, man, they changed the disco shuttles. Mr. Captain 93. Okay, admit it. Picard destroys La Serena to stop the Borg Queen, then hide in the chateau and wait out the next few months. Meet Cisco, beam back with them, contact Enterprise D crew, and boom, season 3. I like the way you think, my friend. I like the way you think. Doc McGillicuddy, I think Q is turning into a human. He's evolving into what he fears most. Snoopy McQueen, $5. Disco and Picard would be better in 6 or 7 episodes. Decent episode and better not kill Q off. Sody water. Sci-Fi Nation, ask for a Coke and get a diet tab, lol. Z Fade, wouldn't Q be a being that lives in all timelines like a Nexus being? I.e., there's one of him and he's everywhere. That's why he's Q. Yes, that's what was believed. So, yes. Ozzy, Q send Picard the Confederation's mirror universe. Picard choose to go back in time to 2024, right? Q send Picard to Confederation. There's not a mirror universe, so the Confederation timeline. And Picard chose to go back in time. Yes, 100% right. Sometimes I do say specially. So do I sometimes. It's fine. General Grievous, at the end we find out that Q is dying from Akiva and Kurtzman's awful writing as an allegory of the death of part of our soul each time a season of Discovery or Picard comes out. RK says, I enjoyed this episode. Cool. I'm glad you did. Keeping Me Up podcast. Q is clearly evolving into a threshold salamander. Keeping Me Up podcast is dead ass a word. Not that I'm aware of. You forgot eat. Yes, eat should be on there too. Doc McGillicuddy. Kurtzman should be sent back to the 1600s where he can write whatever he wants. Fleet Paw says my accent makes grammatical mistakes stand out more. RK, I'm a newer Trekkie within last year. Ah, well, welcome. Glad you're using Trekkie and not Trekker. So you already got the brownie points there. Shannon says, ain't is a contraction, therefore a word. Ryan Linder, so Data can return to the show and play a past Data, but Daniels can't come back to play an ancestor of Daniels? And what happened to the Romulan girl? Data can return to the show and play past Data, okay, but Daniels can't come back and play an ancestor of Daniels. Well, why would Daniels be back? Daniels was an Enterprise. So I don't know what you're talking about there. Unless you mean Duquesne, why would he? He doesn't have to play an ancestor of himself. Not all ancestors look alike. So it would be fine, I guess, but no, still don't want it. And what happened to the Romulan girl? She got killed in season 1. 7 tossed her down a pit on the Borg cube. Trick or not, longest word in the English language. Not even going to try that. Darth Maul, how about the pronunciation of some words? Library as library. Irritates the feck out of me. Like they can't see the spelling. Yeah. Well, welcome to Grammar 101, everyone. I'm your host today, Captain Foley. And today we're going to be talking about all the shit that pisses us off with grammar. General Grievous. Oh, and people say espresso instead of espresso. Sci-Fi Nation. My accent makes me grammatically irrelevant. Squadron Course. I think Q has Kurtzman's disease. It's the only sickness bad enough to kill an immortal and an omnipotent being. I thought, so all these grammar corrections. This chat has an old man yells at cloud vibe. And I'm proud of myself for being an old man yelling at the clouds. I actually did yell at a cloud once in the backyard, and Sylvia laughed at me. Shannon Murphy, Urban Dictionary is slang, yes, but a lot of the top definitions come from the gutter. Sci-Fi Nation, what about MI guy with more of an accent than Captain Foley? A Michigan guy. Well, I don't have an accent, and yeah. Get off my lawn. Darth Maul. Eagle Moss has raised their prices on the XL starships, $10 this year, and about $5 for the standard. What gives? I don't know. Inflation. Joseph Cole, $5. Remember to super chat. Hell yes. Thank you very much, Joseph. Much appreciated. By the way, 110 people watching, 104 likes. Can we get to 120 likes? 16 people have probably not hit that like button. Give that like button a tap. I'd appreciate it. See you later, Kit. Enjoy the rest of your shift. Sorry you couldn't super chat, but thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Supposedly. Good tea, nice house. Other words that aren't actually words. Everything that comes out of Geordie's or Balana's mouth when they're standing beside a warp core. Yeah, but that's so well done, and it's enunciated correctly, and it sounds good. So I figure that Raffi is a late in life lesbian. I figure that she maybe didn't come to terms with it, got into a straight relationship and had a child, but she turned to drink and to mask her feelings. That's exactly what her character is. Yeah. General Grievous, yeah, I drink tea, not coffee myself, but it's a little pet peeve of mine. Kit 10K, how the hell did we go from Star Trek to English grammar class? I've been out of school for 22 years and I'm not fucking going back. Okay, I need to breathe. Sorry, Kit. RK, I do not like the new Borg Queen. I do. I think she's awesome. Squadron Course. It's funny that Kirk had an ancestor that was an undefeated lawyer, Denny Crane. Oh, good God. Sci-Fi. Oh, he also had an ancestor that was a cop, T.J. Hooker. Just saying. Sci-Fi Nation. Space smells like burnt toast, so I found out tonight on another stream. Yes, that's apparently the rumor. Or not burnt toast. Space smells like more like burnt meat. If you smell burnt toast, chances are you might have a tumor in your brain. So, but yes, it does smell like burnt something. I've heard burnt astronauts refer to it as burnt meat smell, like a little bit too crispy of a barbecue, which sounds lovely. I would love to just float in space and smell the barbecue. Fleet Paw, it's gone off the rails as per usual about this time in the video. Yeah, about the hour mark. We just start talking about anything and everything. Keep me up, podcast. I'm going to kill you for reading this because I can see some of the words that are already. Okay, here we go. You ready? Keeping me up, podcast. On accident, irregardless, and all of these words are still not as bad as misspelling poutine or putain. That's how it's pronounced. Poutine. No one says it like that except for the fucking French. It's poutine. However, or putain. Poutine sounds better, but no one says, so there, Chuck, do you want to head downtown and go to get some poutine? It's like, no. So there, Chuck, do you want to head downtown and get some poutine? Hell yeah. You don't go from sounding cool and awesome to, I want to get me some poutine. Why do some people spell tires as tires? Because they're stupid. Donnie Pearson, that is another thing you can toast more than just bread, a toaster oven. General Grievous, don't question the Admiral about Toast Stewart if you don't want to get exiled alone to the couch as an ensign. Shannon Murphy, speaking of toast, here's a good prank idea. When someone wants cinnamon toast, put allspice on there instead of cinnamon. Oh, that's awful. Sci-Fi Nation, close the circuit. Why turn it on? It already is. Yes, because you closed it. Exactly. Feed me Seymour. Whereas 7 is more complex. As I figure, she is straight, hence why she is married to a man in an alternate future. But in Prime, being Borg, our Prime 7 is more open-minded and is as she collectively views. Yes. Keeping me up, podcast. A pair of pants are one thing. Okay. David G. Sound. You don't make crock in a crock pot. I looked into this. It checks out. Turn the volume up. What? Anthony Schmidt. People look at me funny when I say I should have stood in bed. Well, that's just a prank. Saying that, yeah, McCoy said it too in Star Trek 6. Wish you'd stood in bed. It's a joke. But yeah. Increase the volume, yes. Sci-Fi Nation. Foley loves the Wicked Clowns. Confirmed for all in the chat. Yes, I'm a huge ICP fan. I am a juggalo homie for life. I don't have any Fago to kick at you guys, but I am an ICP fan. Don't know why you have to bring that up every time, though, but yeah, I do like the Insane Clown Posse. Used to be called the Inner City Posse, in case you guys didn't know, but they changed it to Insane Clown Posse, so it's still ICP both ways. Hey, fun fact, nobody gives a shit about it. Marmite is awesome on toast. I've heard that. Hey, Alexa, would you like some toast?
Here's something I found on the web. According to chowhound.com, I like 2 slices of toast. Did that answer your question?
Absolutely fucking not.
Thanks for your feedback.
Anytime. Co-conspirator, a wholly redundant word. Yes. Jasper Jedi. I don't know how Rios even keeps his ship after what he's done with the timeline. RK, I don't like the new Borg Queen. Give me Voyager Borg Queen and Janeway showdowns any day. Hell yeah. Well, you know that the Borg Queen, the first Borg Queen we see in Voyager is a different Borg Queen than we see in Endgame, and also a different one than we see in First Contact. First Contact and Endgame are the same one. It's Alex Krieg. The one in Voyager, it's the middle one, everyone thinks is Alex Krieg because she did a fantastic job of it, but I cannot remember the actress's name, but it's a different actress. So, fun fact. I know you're new to Star Trek, so. Feed me Seymour. What random TNG character would you most like to see appear in future Picard season? Any of them. All of them. They're all going to be in season 3 anyway, all the TNG ones anyway, so. There's my answer. Mr. Captain 93, we need a live stream battle. Samuel versus the Captain in English slang off. Let's start with boot. Something for your foot or back of a car. Yes, and pants. Are they in fact pants or are they underwear? No, they're pants. There's pants and there's underwear. There's also trousers and pants if you're in England. So if you're not wearing pants, you're not wearing underwear. But it's fucking confusing. I am Misi throws in $10. Just got here. The acting is fantastic, but it seems like a waste until they pull something out. Not sure having back-to-back seasons has helped here. Oh, Pug, you're so silly. He's so cute. He's awake now. Yeah. Let's throw some Southern English into Mr. Captain 93. You have a deal. Sci-Fi Nation says, I has no monies for a like spike. Sad. It's okay, man. Sean, saw the episode and it was meh, aside from Q. John Hannah, I browsed on my phone the whole time except when Rios is on. He was kind of wasted in this episode too with the lovey-dovey shit. Don't really care. Sorry. You're a badass Starfleet captain. Act like it. Kurtzman should be sent back to the caveman days so his stories would wow and awe the simple-minded. Grant McGregor, work took me away for an hour and the hour is wasted. Don't you hate that? I hate that. I want to talk about hating Picard on my free time. David G. Sound, the longest word you can type properly with just the left hand that I know of is stewardesses. Sci-Fi Nation, welcome to Michigan 101. Go do the wash. Go do the wash, woman. The Doctor, what happened to Laris? What happened to the pilot of this series? Or the plot of this series? Oh my god. We don't know what's happening with Laris yet. We'll figure that out soon, hopefully, maybe, eventually. Who knows? Aluminum or aluminium. Well, I prefer aluminum, but I love the sound of aluminium. It's very fancy. But it's wrong. But aluminum is fine. Fun with grammar. Shannon Murphy, I hate that people think people with a southern accent are stupid. We're not. Hollywood smears by putting stupid southern characters in movies. Well, think about poor Canadians. We're all up here like having a dart outside, you know, and like saying a lot. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy, it's all good. And sorry, eh? And, ooh, don't forget a boot. Don't forget to boot that word. Because, you know, we all say a boot. No one here says a boot. Maybe some hillbilly rednecks up north somewhere might say a boot. No one says a boot. No one. Not one fucking person that I know says a boot. Unless we're having a laugh with some Americans. One thing that drives me insane is people saying Missouri and not Missouri. Where is the A? Or even wash, not wash. Where's the R? Oh my god. Tomato. My fucking tomatoes. No, it's tomato. No, the British will fight you on that. Where's the A? Or what? I forget what Samuel said when I said tomato. He's like, no, it's tomato. It's like tomato, whatever. The Oxford comma can go F itself. Professor RK says done. Done what? Bye. Feed me Seymour. Professor Seymour on English grammar. Being an Englishman from Oxford, I can categorically reveal the English language. Yeah, we just made it up. All silly rules like the I before the E except after C, and in words such as Keith, neighbor, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole list. Sci-Fi Nation, we say Missouri as misery here in, oh my god. Trek or not, Eagle Moss is more expensive in the UK where they come from, so they seem to be passing some of the cost onto the UK customers. Michigan is great except for the roads. I once lost a friend in a pothole. Trek or not, I stopped buying them when I found that out, okay? Darth Maul, I pounded that like button as Girardi pounded those batteries. Can I read Klingon? No, I cannot read Klingon. I have a driver's friend, and they refer to the back bumper of the car as the buttocks, where he comes from. Arcade, $2. You honk, we drink. Honk, honk, honk. I thought you left, RK. You said done. I thought you were like done, like with the chat, because we weren't talking about Picard. We talk about Picard at the show for the first hour generally, unless it's a really good one, then we can stretch it. But it's usually about 2 hour long, and after the first hour, we've run out of shit to say generally, so we kind of talk about anything and everything. It's not a tumor. Kirk's ancestor is actually an alien, leader to known as the Big Head. Don't forget the Lunar Commander reference. That one made me laugh. Dave G. Sounds. Say schlock. Okay. Then how do you pronounce schedule? It's schedule. It's not schedule. I mean, schedule is correct. It is a correct way to say it. However, so is schedule. And it's schedule. Try pronouncing Wednesday. Speech is fun and annoying. I always hate Wednesday. I can never spell it properly. I always spell it W-E-N-D. W-E-N-D-S. And my autocorrect always yells at me. Cool Whip. Chaddock Productions. $2 Australian. Meow. I don't know what that was for, meow. But thank you for the super chat, meow. Mr. Captain 93. Okay, change of topic. How do you like your steak? Rare, medium rare, medium well, or well? Medium rare. I thought Captain Jack was... Poutine sounds like a lot of poontang. Sci-Fi Nation. Cheesy. Some kind of fries that really needs to come south of the Canadian border or north as far as Foley and I am concerned. Poutine or poutang? Poutang sounds like more appealing. Poutine. Quantum Leap is getting a reboot. Bacula got snowed. Yep, I saw that. Mr. Captain, so are we going to discuss the fact that getting assimilated has a taste per se? As per 7? Oh yes, the stabilizing metals. Vintage computer custodian. Bugs Bunny said, should have stood in bed. It's an old saying and I love it. Yes, I do too. I use it all the time. Said it to my kids all the time when they were always like, Dad, that's not right. At least I taught my kids properly. Athos. I heard about an Alien Nation reboot years ago, but I think it got stuck in development hell. The Doctor. Tastes like assimilation. Joseph Cole. So the Admiral is Croatian. How did you meet? Just curious. I'm curious as to how you know. Let's say an ocean away. Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go with this goddamn thing again. Well, Sylvia was born in Croatia, but she was raised here in Canada. Her mother was born in Montreal as a native French speaker. But her mom also speaks 7 languages now, fluently, with no accent. It's amazing. And she met her dad because her dad came over here to do work in Canada, and they met, got married. She moved back to Croatia with him for a few years, so they got things sorted out as far as visas and stuff go, and then they came back here after Sylvia was born. And so Sylvia grew up here. She doesn't have a Croatian accent or anything. She knows enough Croatian to get by. She's not like fluent in it or anything, but... And Samuel met me because I had a YouTube channel already. He watched the video, thought it was interesting, messaged me, and we started talking, and we created Trekyards. Boom. That's the very short version. General Grievous. Being assimilated alone doesn't affect whether someone marries a guy or a gal. In the future, people don't even give a second thought and just do what they want to do. Sci-Fi Nation, I have a 6-pack of a bomb pop flavor, red, white, and blue clear cap if you want them. They still sell them at the local store here. I'm good. You have to say, would you like some toast to Alexa? Alexa, would you like some toast?
Here's something I found on the web. According to chowhound.com, I like 2 slices of toast.
Okay. Don't get it. PB Seymour, they are rebooting Quantum Leap. First season is going to be roughly 88 episodes long, where Sam leaps in the body of his spaceship captain. Maybe call it the ship, I don't know, Enterprise. The other queen, the other board queen, instead of Alice Krieg, is Susanna Thompson. Thank you, guys. Too many queens is a good thing. Is it good or bad? They all need to make drones, and that could be fun almost. Pardon me, but do you have any Grey Poupon? Jasper Jedi, the acting is great, but the writing and pacing is pretty awful sometimes. Feed Me Seymour, just had an amusing thought. The two Klingons arguing over Klingon grammar. Kapla. Good Tea Nice House. My pet peeve is people in the UK calling a television season a series. Yes, for the love of Christ, fucking stop it. A series is a collection of seasons. There's DS9 is a series. It's a series of 7 seasons of a fucking show, not series 1, series 2, series 3. That means that those are different fucking things, but still in the same vein. No. That's fuck. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Well, it's actually a series of episodes collected together. No, that's a fucking season. Yeah, that's a big pet peeve of mine as well. Talking about Strange New Worlds, I am most excited to see the story around Hammer and Benga. Is it Z or Z? Depends on the context. Camaro is a Z28. Can also be a Z28, but Z28 sounds stupid. In Stargate, it's a ZPM. Fuck what the hell's his name now? The Canadian guy. McKay. Fuck what McKay says. It's ZPM. No, that's fucking wrong. It's a ZPM. So it's adorable when guys say eh. It's adorable when you guys say A though. A. Cap, sorry, but you said it several times in this stream. What, A? Yeah, I do say A a lot. I also say a lot, or When you say a boot, I think your head starts flapping, pal. Samuel has the proper accent, though. Does he? Christopher Peterson, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I know we're probably rioting over Agent Wells, but I kind of enjoyed how the situation flipped to make Picard the one from centuries into the future. Yes, I do too. And the actor's great. I love the character that he played. I think Agent Wells was awesome. So it's a love it and hate it thing. Car hoods and trunks versus bonnets and turtles. Jonathan, I think this episode was written by an intern. The last episode, at least, had Star Trek references. Coneheads, we come from France. Data or data? Data or data? It's just data. Or data. Data, that's the other one. Data. It depends on the context for that one, in my opinion. How about February? Everyone drops the R. February. Yeah. I learned how to spell. Oh my god, here we go. I speak 7 languages and you can't speak Klingon? Psst, Trekker. Ooh. But Sylvia can curse really well in Croatian. So can I. Yo bente Isusa. You don't want to know what that means. But if you're Croatian, you're probably very offended right now. So I apologize. I always thought it was strange that noon is 12 p.m. preceding 1 p.m. where midnight is 12 a.m. preceding 1 a.m. You take that back. The attack eyebrows made the character. What? Samuel would say a series is a collection of shows in a given period. No, he wouldn't. He's pretty good with saying seasons, so. The toasting on Alexa is supposed to quote a line from a dwarf. I don't know why it isn't working for you. A series is a collection of seasons in series. Yes. I love you all, but this is the 4th time I refilled the boiling water pot to make noodles this evening due to great content. So your fault, and I must now finally go make spaghetti. Enjoy your spaghetti, man. Oh man, I want pasta now. Fuck, I like pasta. Screw you, man. The people that were naming Canada trying to spell it said A half the time. I did get used to saying series interchangeably after Doctor Who. Doesn't bother me as much as some of the bad writing in the current run of Doctor Who. The character of Wells was good, but I guess that they just got him to play him as Red Herring. Did you get any tech this week to talk about the rest of the week? Fuck no. Very little to talk about this week. Sensors, or sensors. Sensors. I would say go sit on it, but that's sexist. The Forest had the best pronunciation of sensors. Sing the Red Dwarf theme song. It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere, I'm all alone, more or less. Haven't heard it in a while, hold on. It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere, I'm all alone, more or less. Drinking. I don't remember it. If I hear it though, I'll remember it instantly. One of those things. I hate to say it, but I like an animated Star Trek Productions airing right now more than the live action efforts. Yes. What is your opinion on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial? I personally don't care about the lives of celebrities, but YouTube autoplayed the trial for me. I like Johnny Depp, and I don't really have an opinion on Amber Heard, except she's hot, so I hope they work it out. And if they hit each other, they're dumb. Don't hit people. It's pretty fucking simple, common sense shit. So, hey, I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it. My dad's favorite joke. Why is a toaster better than a microwave? Because a microwave can't make toast. In England, I think they mean a series of episodes. They do, but it's wrong, as opposed to a series of seasons. Captain 93. Someone skipped the dishes, some Mario's for the calf. Who is watching Doctor Who anymore? I mean, it got bad after Matt Smith. Matt Smith was peak Who. I agree. I want to lay shipwrecked and comatose. Yeah. I want to lay shipwrecked and comatose, drinking fresh mango juice. It's fun in the sun. Yes. Anyway. DW did suffer from the writing department in Smith's last season, but it still gives it a good chance because, well, I'm the doctor. Goldfish shoals and nibbling on your toes. Let's be honest. Seeing the lower decks crew steal the Cerritos Trek 3 style is the moment in New Trek we're all waiting for. Yes. Have a drink on me, Cap. I owe you. Well, sure. I've almost done it anyway. We're also coming up with that 2-hour mark, and I'm going to call it because it's kind of running out of stuff to say now. Why do they continue to not have a Star Trek show in space? Strange New Worlds can't get here fast enough. Totally agree. Woot for the next season of Lower Decks. Can't wait. Damn, I'm hungry for wings. Sorry you didn't get any new text. Star Trek without text, stars, or even trekking. Christopher Peterson, $10. Some Romulan ale for the cup. Thank you so much, sir. Much appreciated. That is awesome. That's so smooth. I love that Kraken. Feed me Seymour. So, near the end of Picard, what's the schedule for shows coming out? The last episode of Picard airs the same day as the first episode of Strange New Worlds. And then Strange New Worlds goes till whenever. I don't know when Prodigy's coming back with part 2 of season 1. I haven't heard. I know that Lower Decks is in September. Picard season 3 is likely going to be February-ish. February or March. Orville, of course, is coming out in June. The Obi-Wan series is coming out in May. Fucking Top Gun Maverick, thank God, is finally coming out May 27th, the day before my birthday. So, Sci-Fi Nation, I'm waiting with bated breath, whatever that means, for Strange New Worlds. The Doctor, you guys like the Star Trek? Star Trek. Good tea, nice house. So who would make Captain Braxton's head spin more, Janeway or Rios? Janeway. Rios is likable. Executed the air on Drinko de Mayo. So Roger Course, yay for Top Gun 2. Looking forward to that one. Hell yes. I'll be doing a live about that. A discussion about that movie. Trek or not, I used to love Sunday mornings with reruns of TOS in the background. Something nice about that. I hope Strange New Worlds has a similar effect. I agree. General Grievous. Kurtzman drove Captain Braxton insane when he was a victim all along. Jasper Jedi. My mom will say Star Trek just to piss me off. Feed me Seymour. Spend my days in ultraviolet rays. Fun, fun, fun. Spend my days in ultraviolet rays. I don't know. I need to hear it. I need to hear it in my ear. Obviously, I don't want to hear it in my eyeballs. Top Gun won't be the same without Lloyd Bridges. Yeah, I'm having a heart attack with that comment. Jesus. Grant McGregor, if you have Moffat lead the Star Trek series, it would be a big build-up to nothing while finishing plot threads that were built up and handed off by generations of writers, but a few good episodes. Rios didn't give Braxton temporal psychosis. It's true. It's true. Trek or not, they want to really piss off a Trekkie. The way to really piss off a Trekkie is to ask if you're enjoying Star Wars and vice versa. Not true. I'm a big fan of Star Wars and Star Trek. You can like both. Captain, go look up the operations room in YouTube. It has a tremendous breakdown of the final battle of Top Gin. Top Gin, eh? Wow. And yes, I have seen that. Just for the record. Every episode, every Enterprise-based Trek starts with space, the final frontier. Does Pike get those honors? Yes, it will. I'm sure it will. Guinan did not recognize Picard because it was not the same timeline. Maverick is greater than Hopper. Hell yeah. Hot shots. Joseph Cole, I got to spend my childhood sharing Trek with my dad, which is why I want to love it now. It still reminds me of those times. What makes you keep loving it? It's just fucking awesome. I don't know. Like I said, it was always on in the house. It was with me since I was a baby because my brothers really enjoyed it. Some of the best times I had were playing with my two older brothers, especially my oldest brother Steve, playing Starfleet battles and stuff. So I don't know. It's something that's just always been amazing. Now, that being said, over the last few years with Trekyards, it has expanded a little bit more than I used to be into it. I was into it a lot, but yeah, it's expanded quite a bit more. But I don't know what keeps me in it. That's a good question. Jasper Jedi. Oh, my name is literally a Star Wars reference. I greatly enjoy both. Jasper Jedi. I got it now. Plus, you have an idic for your avatar. What the hell? I like both. But one of the things I dislike about New Trek is that it tries to be more science fantasy and less science fiction. Hey, Moffat wrote all those amazing doctor speeches, so if you don't like the stories, there's that. Capaldi. I think Moffat did some good Doctor Who stuff, but I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan, but it's what I kind of watched when I first got into Doctor Who, so maybe that's why I think that. If you want to piss off a captain, ask what Worf will look like. I don't know. What is Riker going to look like? Are they going to shave his beard? Are they going to make Deanna bald? Like, what's Deanna Troi going to look like? For the love of God. Oh my God. It's a fucking dumb question. Worf's going to look like Worf. For the fuck... Michael Dorn had a voice role in Saints Row 2 and 4 video games. Star Trek without the stars and without the Trek, so Picard is land stationary. If you and Samuel were in Top Gun, who would be Maverick? Well, I'm more of an Iceman. Growing up, okay, Top Gun's one of my favorite movies. I've seen it well over 150 times. Absolutely have it memorized. Growing up, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely Maverick. Absolutely 100% Maverick. Now that I'm older, I realize I'm fucking Iceman. I'm that kind of, that's my attitude. So I'm Iceman. Samuel wouldn't, he doesn't care about Top Gun. I don't know who he would be. He would not be Maverick, that's for sure. He would be Goose. Maybe Merlin. Actually, he'd be Merlin. Poor Merlin. First Cougar quits, and then Maverick, he gets assigned to Maverick, and then Maverick like disengages, and then poor Merlin. For the love of God, poor Merlin. Where was Trekyards captain's chair and all those Twitter posts count? It was all over. Those are from different conventions, but most of them are London Comic Cons over the years. This is Jericho. We know what Riker will look like. He was the one I showed in the trailer. Shannon Murphy. Probably the most badass t-shirt I have is the one in the 11th Doctor with a sonic screwdriver, a lightsaber, and Jedi robe, and a fez. Ew, Cap is Kilmer. Yeah, fucking right I am. I hate how Star Wars refers to this episode. Star Wars is the Skywalker saga. 7 through 9 have nothing to do with the Skywalkers. If you want to piss off the captain, ask him if they used dilithium as fuel on accident. Just kidding, really. That was a joke. Please don't ban me. Fleet Pa? Samuel equals Cougar. Yes. That's good. Foley, not Viper, captain of the Enterprise. Yes. Fleet Pa, Squadron Course can be banned for life, not only from Trekyards on Facebook and Trekyards on YouTube, but just from YouTube. Just Squadron Course can be banned from life. I don't know how you want to interpret that. I wouldn't consider it a threat, but Squadron Course. Did you hear about Godzilla coming to Call of Duty? No. Alice Kurtzman, and I have a new idea for Star Trek. Star Trek Top Gun. I mean Star Trek Wing Commander. I mean Star Trek Marquis. Why was this episode titled Mercy? Mercy, mercy me, because everybody watching went, mercy, mercy, Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy on this episode. I don't know. As you get older, you can find yourself relating to Red Foreman more. Oh yeah, absolutely. Red Foreman reminds me so much of my dad. It's exactly like my dad was when we were kids back in the day. And yes, with kids, Red Foreman is so relatable. Hell yeah, absolutely, 100%. Banned him, now looking at his location. It was because Girardi made the Borg Queen show mercy to Raffi, okay. Fleet Pod, do what you need to do. If you want to, they're not called eliminators generally, they're called erasers. But do what you need to do. Anyway, guys, we're at that 2-hour mark just coming up here, so I'm going to call it there. I think we've kind of lost our way, as it were. Any more super chats would be welcome. I'm almost finished here. Need another 1 like. Let's get to 130 likes, and another $13 would be awesome. A 10 and a 5 or something like that would be a nice number to end on, just to round it up. You're like, what's the number? You don't know. I can't tell you. It's illegal for us to say it, actually. So you need a pointy beard. Do I really? Do you think I look better with that? I think it lengthened out my face and made my face look not so fat. So I might do it. We'll see. Squadron Course snipes in with $1. Snipe. Thank you. Rivers is here. Almost missed the live stream. Well, I'm ending it now in a minute or two, so. Thank you, Captain. Be seeing you again on Earth Day. Yep, snipe. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It did make my face look longer. See you all for a slow and disappointing episode 9 next week. Fleet Paw swept back $5. I'll give the 5. Thank you, Fleet Paw. We're $4 away now. There it is. Blown out of the water. Shit, son. General Grievous, $2. Fun fact, Red Foreman was Anorax in Voyager. Yes, he was. He was also the Federation president in Star Trek 6. I'm good. Drink. I'm blessed. Thank you. Defiant 15E, $20 just to blow that out of the water. Have a good evening, Kat. Thank you so much, Defiant. That is amazing. You guys are the best audience on YouTube, I gotta say. Squadra Course, $1. Thank you so much. Trek Trav, I'm at work being naughty. Ooh, being naughty by watching us, or being naughty in other ways. Joseph Cole, $5. Wait, it's illegal to tell us what? It's illegal to tell you what the super chat amount is on there. Don't ask me, I don't make the rules. Of course, I could also be lying. It's impolite to tell you. I interviewed Alec, Captain Foley, and Samuel. Check it out sometime. He did. Bitches leave. Yes. Yes. Right back to the live depth herd trial. If only it had live chat. Hell yeah. Good team. It's still going on? Live right now? Because it's like midnight here, which means it's 11, 10, 9 p.m. on the West Coast. Good tea, nice house. $2. Ta-da! I win, she says. Or they say. I don't know why I said she says. Good tea, nice house wins. Apparently. Last super chat, so thank you. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably end it there so good tea, nice house can win. So nobody else snipes in. But thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome, as always. So tune in tomorrow in the afternoon at about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our edited review of this episode. And tune in at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our complete live review, breakdown, discussion of this episode. We got a lot to talk about with this one. So please join us and hear our thoughts. And please contribute as well. So thank you very much to everyone out there. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation, for showing up. Haven't seen you in a while. And thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley. That's Ensign Pug. And you guys are my red shirts. And General Grievous snipes in with $1 just to take out good tea, nice house. So thank you, Red Shirt Army. I appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys all make it home. Bye, everybody.